welcome to Cars and Coffee Stories. We are down here in San Clemente, California. Next to me is Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. This is Matt's car. What is it?
This is a 2017 Lamborghini Aventador.
Before we go and have a look on the car, I recognize a painting in the windshield. What is it all about?
There's a very talented young artist that comes to Cars and Coffee. He's here usually every other weekend, and he creates these pastel photos by hand, and he just sits in front of the car and he does a really nice design, and he spends about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and he comes out with a result that is very realistic.
What do you like about your car specifically? Is there a favorite thing you would say, okay, that's why I like this so much?
It's always about the lines for me. I'm not much of a mechanic or anybody that races, but I find that these are art, and my version of collecting art are cars, and so I look after colors, I look for effects, I look for the combinations of the interior to the exterior, and really what the designers of each of the vehicles that I've got, you know, the amount of energy that they put into really making something that's more innovative and artistic. So I'm a collector of many eras, and so I have cars that go back to the 20s. Yeah, so I'm a fan of the evolution of all the vehicles. I don't own any classic Lamborghinis, but it's one thing to collect some of the older Packards or Model A's, but to look at some of the cars that go back to the 60s when Lamborghini started, you see how they've really taken on the aerodynamics and the sportiness and the race function of each of the vehicles, and what they've come to today, and now with the newer vehicles where they got the supercars at the Centenario, which is an amazing car as well. You know, to me, I think that it's going to be form and function. It's going to continue to be that. Lamborghini and Ferrari, which I'm a big fan of both. Lamborghini is going to continue to look for winning races, and so their energy goes into designing more powerful engines to get out of the gate, but also to have the form of being able to drive through the aerodynamics. And so I'm going to be looking for more aerodynamic effects, and this has got so many lines on it that it's hard to figure out how you'd want to highlight these kinds of cars. But as Lamborghini continues its evolution, I expect it to be more and more of a vehicle that takes on the dynamics of the wind, and also has that function of being able to win races.
Ever been on a racetrack?
I have not. I've actually got a close friend that's a NASCAR driver, and we keep talking about going out, and I said I will sit in the passenger seat because I don't think I'm the qualified individual to be taking this thing up at 200 plus miles an hour.
You said you have a collection. I think people want to know if you have what other cool cars you have. Your favorite.
My favorite is, ironically, I have a 1929 Model A. That is really my favorite, and the uniqueness is I've got this Lambo, the Ferrari, and the Rolls Royce next to us, and one is for comfort, the other one is for speed, and the other one is somewhere in between. And my Model A, seemingly, when I brought it back from being restored, it was a interesting time in my life, because when you're in the Lamborghini, you get a lot of thumbs up from younger kids and the younger crowd, and the Rolls Royce is usually, you know, more your sophisticated crowd. But with the Model A, for the first time in my life, I was at a stoplight and I had two people seemingly in their 80s with two thumbs up, giving me the thumbs up, saying, you know, hey, you know, and I realized at that time, this car really does appeal to the masses.
What's your daily driver?
The Rolls.
The Rolls. Yeah, you find a parking spot for that?
Well, I have a reserved spot at my office, but yes, I drive my cars. I'm not one that you know, it's garage art, but I love to just keep driving these, and so when I'm driving a basic car, which I used to have as a daily driver, I miss driving these. So now I try to drive that on a daily basis.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.